Oh, one thing is the rationing debate in the death panels. The White House is correct when they say there is no language in here that says we're creating a death panel. They do not. This bill does not. But, and it's a big but, the Center for Comparative Effectiveness Research was subject to a lot of debate in our committee and a lot of amendments to try and clarify the role of this center. What this center does is medical research about what type of care is the most effective comparably, as by the title. So for example, they would look to see what would be the protocols for the most effective medicine if you go into the emergency room with a heart attack. Meaning what type of care they could give, what type of diagnostic test would be appropriate, and I don't know enough about medicine to go further than that, but they would come up with what's the best, most effective course of treatment. Now, that sounds good, because certainly wouldn't we want the most effective, comparably, treatment when we go into the hospital or our doctor. But now let's say that that becomes a mandate. Maybe the health commissioner says we should make that part of the plan, because he has the power to do so. Or that reimbursement will be based on that protocol. So what you've done is taken the art of medicine away from the trained physician, that they will only be paid or reimbursed if they follow that protocol. And all of us can probably come up with scenarios where we know somebody where the doctor just had, kind of a gut feeling that something else needed to be done or going on, but they will not be reimbursed or may not be. So the point is these death panels a myth? No, but if you kind of piece parts of these bills together, including the section that's still in this bill, which creates end-of-life care counseling, is in this bill. And you start putting this center and that language together in the president's own statement in his evening press conference that said, if you're 100-year-old needing a pacemaker, quote, maybe you're better off not having the surgery but taking the painkiller. That's the type of thing that this center could conclude. Now, hopefully a president isn't making those conclusions, but the point that I want to make is that it's a logical conclusion to make that government's going to be making decisions in your examining room and making decisions about what care you may even be eligible to receive. And the other part of that is the NICE board in Great Britain is a comparative effectiveness research board. They just call it something a little bit different, but that's what they do. So, when you don't have language that's clear and you leave these type of things up to people to piece together or think, what if the commissioner does this or that, it's certainly logical that people will come up with rationing, or people will think like me that they're setting this up for rationing or making decisions. If you're 100 years old, you're not going to get a pacemaker. So it is logical, but is there language in the bill that says rationing is mandated? No. There is absolutely nothing in here. You just have to trust in the commissioner. So, okay, so that